Weather Authority forecast from meteorologist Nakandra Norwood.
It is a beautiful day out there right now. You got beautiful blue sky, but we are seeing the wind. Yeah, it's out there splashing against the seawall. Matter of fact, it's knocking things around so much, kind of slowing down our web signal here. So kind of breaking our camera for a minute, but you could see how that water was splashing up there on the seawall and moving the palm trees around out at the lakefront. We do have a wind advisory that continues with those wind gusts from about 40 miles per hour or so in some locations, and this is going to go on into the evening hours. Across the board, we start talking about our current winds. That's the wind speed over a full minute, and we're talking 15 to 20 in a lot of spots. And then we throw in the gust, and gust is just, okay, how fast did that thing go? 30 miles per hour out of the airport, 38 at the lakefront, Belle Chase at 32, and that's what we are working on as we head into this evening. We're going to keep that stretch going. Start to see things calming down a little bit. You know, take our gusts down into the 20s overnight tonight, but it's still going to be pretty breezy right into your day on Thursday. So those are things that you want to keep in mind with those gusty winds in play. Temperatures are in the upper 60s, and that wind advisory through 7 p.m. with those gusts holding on. You want to make sure that you are securing your outdoor items and not keeping things where they can just be flying around. You may have already lost a skeleton or a ghost, especially those blow-ups. They can get away pretty easily. So hopefully everything is tethered down well, and we'll have to keep that going through this evening and into tomorrow. You should be able to put everything back out and be able to enjoy all those Halloween decorations once again. Clear sky out there right now. Now we're going to get ready for tonight. I know we've got a lot of JV football games sometimes on your Wednesday, after school activities. It's going to be the wind that'll be the only thing that you got to be on the lookout for, and stay in a little bit on the warmer side because more of that cool, dry air is settling in. There's your circulation. That's the storm system moving across the middle of the country. It's still stormy up in Memphis, but behind it, we're dragging in all that dry air, and that's what's going to keep us on the cooler side over the next several days. As a matter of fact, we only get a slow warm up. Look at this on Friday. When you're talking about a high of 70, that still means most of the day it's in the upper 60s. And over the weekend, yes, we do bump things up a little bit. We're also going to be bumping up our rain chance there as well. So that'll be something to talk about. Until then, though, we got a lot going on, and it's going to be feeling pretty nice. Halloween, Friday. You start the morning out in the low 40s. So if you're sending kids off to school events, you're probably going to want long sleeves or a jacket to go along with that costume, and especially for trick-or-treat, because look at this, into the evening and Saturday morning, we're still talking 40s north of Lake Pontchartrain. It's going to feel on the chilly side out there. This system moving across the region, we'll continue to find that through the next several hours. That's going to be pulling away, and that puts us in this dip. So that means your air is getting pulled from where this really cold air already is. So we just continue to get some reinforcing shots of that moving across. It's still in the 40s across the Rockies right now. So that chilly air is what we're tapping into, and it's going to keep us in the what's very cool for us right now. You know, we were running 80s for so long. This Halloween forecast is a bit of a treat here with sunny and 70 degrees. It's very mild conditions. Now, a lot more serious story here. We've been telling you about Melissa, as made landfall in Jamaica yesterday. This morning made a landfall over Cuba, and now it is heading to the southern Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, seeing many of the effects from this system as it continues to move on to the north and east. Still a Category 2 hurricane. We saw some of the energy diminishing as it crossed the island of Cuba, and I would not be surprised though to see this reorganizing again and getting another eye back in here as it's now mostly over water again. So that's what we're looking at here with Melissa, still a hurricane as it will make its way off into the Atlantic. It tied the Labor Day hurricane of the Florida Keys in 1935 as our strongest landfall on record in the Atlantic. So it's a quick look at the two paths of those storms there. A really major event, and we're still just seeing the impacts from that in the Caribbean. But for us, beautiful blue sky. We started off the morning 59. We're at 66 right now, and in the extended forecast, you really can't complain too much about that. We gave you the first alert because this is a huge change for us, and we are going to be kind of keeping an eye on the weekend rain chance. But in between, really nice weather around here for the rest of your holiday events for Halloween.
And is there any concern with that? You mentioned it, the eye redeveloping, but any concerns about it having any impact on us here? Because some people are wondering, where's it going?
This is going off in a way. I mean, that's the thing about the fronts. Once we start getting these deep fronts in, you know, they direct the tropical systems away from the Gulf Coast.
Good to hear. Thanks, Nikandra.